guys, welcome back to the Vanity Chair. I'm here today to talk about the Sephora and Pantone Universe Color of the Year for 2015 line. I worked at Sephora last year when they launched their Radiant Orchid line, and it was so pretty, and I love purple, so I was just a huge fan of it. I bought a few of the things, but not working there this year, I was like anticipating my email to see what the color of the year would be, and it came out MARSALA. I was super excited, plus I thought that would be a lot more wearable for every person. You know, it's going to be a lot more neutral in the neutral family, so I just couldn't wait to get my hands on the products. So there's 8 items in the line, and I only got 3. I got the eye palette, the lipstick, and the blush palette. Those just stood out to me the most. If you already watched my Sephora haul from yesterday that I posted, you saw that I got these 3 items in that shopping trip. But I wanted to do a little more in-depth review of them just because they are the color of the year, limited edition, super fun products. So I wanted to give you guys my opinions of them, but I said I was going to do this yesterday, just keep on talking and record it and make a separate video, but as soon as I did that, I sat down to edit it, and I just wasn't super happy with it, and I thought, you know what, these people are spending their money. I want to actually like apply the makeup to my face, see how it works, and then make a video. And hopefully you guys can get your hands on these products because I really do like them. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Okay, so first off is the lipstick. It comes in this really pretty like square gold packaging. I think it makes it look a little more higher end than Sephora packaging usually looks with the gold. But if you're one of those people that doesn't like fingerprints on the packaging, you probably won't like this because it does kind of tend to do that, but it's really pretty. And the packaging kind of reminds me of the NARS Audacious lipsticks, if you guys are familiar with those, because it does have a little magnetic closure, which is nice. You don't ever have to worry about it not getting closed properly and drying out. So when you roll it up, it looks like you get a pretty good amount of product. By the way, this is what I'm wearing on my lips today, along with Whirl Lip Pencil from MAC, just because it was the closest thing I had to it. They didn't launch a lip liner with this lipstick, but it matched perfect with Whirl. So if you need a lip liner to go with this, that was definitely perfect. I would totally recommend that one. So this says that it's a matte satin finish, and I would definitely agree. It's not like super satiny and shimmery, but it's not super drying and matte. It actually feels very moisturizing to the lips. I really do like this. I posted a picture yesterday to my Instagram when I bought this, and someone asked me if the lipstick had a weird smell because they had heard that, and I was like, my nose is kind of plugged right now, but when I smell it, I don't feel like it has like a super weird smell to where I can't wear it on my lips. I didn't notice it, and then when they asked her, I was like, I need to go smell that lipstick to see. And to me, it just smells a little bit almost like wax or something like that, nothing crazy. And then I asked my boyfriend because I wanted a second opinion, and he cracked me up. He goes, it smells like lipstick. So nothing crazy stood out to me about the smell. It's definitely not scented like a good smelling smell like vanilla or something like that. It just kind of smells like, you know, ingredients to the product. So anyways, that is the lipstick. I really do like it. I think it's beautiful. Feels super moisturizing like I said. So first off, the lipstick for $18, semi-matte satin finish. Okay, next up is the blush. So when I first got this, I thought this is the exact same as last year's setup. It's the same size. It comes in that same pretty gold packaging that the lipstick is in. Once you open it up, it comes with 1 highlight shade, 2 blushes. So at first impression, I kind of saw that middle shade, and I was thinking like, what am I going to do with that? Like, I'm pretty fair, and it still looks like it would be pretty light. But I actually put this on first before I put on the second blush today, and it is a really nice blush for like neutral days that you don't want anything crazy going on. You could definitely wear this with a lot of the eyeshadows that are in the palette I'm going to be talking about. And then the highlight last year I absolutely loved. I thought it was so beautiful, and this one, it doesn't disappoint at all. It's still the exact same like quality, very, very soft and velvety feeling these blushes are in this highlight. They felt really soft when I first felt them, and then once I applied them with a brush, same thing, they were beautiful. So I went online to look up how much they were milled, and it said they were triple milled. And then this last color, the MARSALA shade, I have on my cheeks right now too. I did go very lightly. I applied it with this Real Techniques blush brush, which is kind of fluffy and big. It's not super dense. So that's all I used so I could get a light wash of the color. I don't think that if you went in with like a lot, it would be as, you know, wearable. I think you do need to be a little bit careful with this darker shade unless you are a lot more tan. You know, obviously I'm super fair, but overall, I really enjoyed these blushes. I think they're beautiful. I think that they give you a nice pop of, you know, bright color, or not a bright color, but like a more pigmented color, you know, the MARSALA one. If you are having kind of your cheeks stand out for the day, they give you one. If you want to have like a bold lip on, you have a more neutral one, and then of course the beautiful highlight. I actually have the highlight on in my eyes too, so it's just you know, you could use it for more than one purpose. I think it was great. If I didn't say already, this retails at $28. There's no glitter in it, anything like that. It's all like satiny finishes. So love the blush palette this year. Okay, next up is the eyeshadow palette. This retails for $39. And it was funny when this showed up at my house, I was kind of like, what? Because if you guys purchased last year's eyeshadow palette, this is how big it is. It's seriously like a little mini iPad. So anyways, I wanted to see what they thought about that. So I looked it up and it said that this one is more travel size, which I personally like. I feel like the other palette is kind of hard to store. I mean, you do get a bigger amount of the eyeshadows, but it is a little harder to store. So it is still in that same pretty like rose gold kind of packaging. You open it up and it comes with 24 eyeshadows. You have matte, shimmer, pearl, which is kind of like a satin finish, and glitter. So it gives you a nice array of different finishes. And the first thing I noticed, I'm going to stand up and show you guys. So if you look in the center, you get those 4 Marsala colors. So those are different finishes. All of those are different finishes of the Marsala shade, which I thought was a really unique way to do it, so that if you wanted more of like a glittery eye or a matte eye or satin or pearl or whatever finish you want, you have all of the Marsala line to work with. Whereas, just to compare and contrast real quick from last year, so last year they didn't do it that way. This is the Radiant Orchid eyeshadow right there. So you only got like one finish of the Color of the Year eyeshadow. So I think that was a great improvement they made this year, because you know, you get all the different finishes of that eyeshadow, you know, to use depending on your mood that day. The only thing I have to say is I'm not impressed with the highlight shade. Sephora shadows, just from working there and seeing all the different palettes, they're very hit or miss. Like sometimes a color will be awesome, and in that same palette there's another color that I just don't really like the quality of the texture, and that's kind of how I feel with this. Most of the shadows, I literally have on like 6 eyeshadows on my eyes today, and all of them were beautiful. The one that I didn't love was the highlight shade. It just kind of felt chalky. It didn't feel, it has like chunks of glitter in it and chalky, so to tell you the truth, I don't like that. That's why I went in and I used the blush highlight, you know, the actual face highlight, as my eye highlight today. So that is the one downfall. I'm not in love with the highlight shade. This does have quite a few browns, so you have transition shades. I use this instead of using like a transition shade from a separate, you know, like from Soft Brown or something like that from MAC. So as far as traveling, I think if you had the blush with you and you could use that highlight, you have everything you would need in here besides a matte black. So it is a good array of colors. It's all neutrals. I think that they have a few pops, obviously, like the blues, but the greens are pretty neutral and wearable, and so are the orangey red tones. So overall, I really like this palette. I think that all of the shadows I mostly tried were really nice quality. I'll go ahead and insert some swatches too for you guys. And I'm so sorry, you guys, I accidentally swatched this first row upside down. So anyways, the first one on my hand is called Cara Brown, Desert Mist, Burrow, and Autumn Blonde. Then we have Toasted Nut, Deep Taupe, Butter Rum, and Bracken. Then we have Marsala Matte, Marsala Metallic, Macaroon, and Russet. And keep in mind, this is not with any primer. This row is my favorite. It's so pretty. It's Marsala Satin, Marsala Glitter, Chutney, and Hot Chocolate. Then we have Shifting Sand, Kelp, Nimbus Claude, Castor Gray, and then last but certainly not least, the last row is Cocoa Brown, Dusty Olive, Moonlight Blue, and Red Mahogany. So as you can see, lots of different colors and textures in this palette. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And then if you got any of the other items from the Marsala line and you love them, please let me know. I looked at the layering lip kit. That one looked really pretty, but I don't know, I just thought I can't get everything in this whole line, so I got the 3 that stood out to me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!